I'm Brianna Majors, and I'll be playing Lala from Ballyhoo.
I'm Christina Lindsay, and I'll be playing Boo in the last night of Ballyhoo.
By Alfred Uri. Noel, Noel.
Lala,
How do you like the tree so far, Mom?
where did that star come from?
I bought it at Rich's.
Take it down.
What?
Take it down this minute.
I like it.
Jewish Christmas trees do not have stars.
Why not?
You know perfectly well why not. If you're going to put a star on the tree, you might as well go back on down to Rich's and buy a manger scene and stick in the front yard.
I'd like that.
Fine. Then everybody driving down Havisham Road will think we're a bunch of Jewish fools pretending to be Christians.
What are you talking about? We have a Christmas tree right here in the front window.
Oh, a Christmas tree is another thing altogether. It's a festive decoration, like a Halloween pumpkin or Valentine hat. Everybody with any brains in their head knows that Christmas is just another American holiday if you take out all that silly nonsense about Jesus being born. Now take down that star.
I wish you could see yourself. Atlanta is the center of the world tonight, and you're going at me over some Christmas tree ornament. We ought to be celebrating.
Celebrating what? I'd like to know.
My God, Mama, Clark Gable is less than 5 miles away from this house right this very second.
And precisely what does that have to do with us?
Tonight is the most important event in the history of Atlanta.
For Margaret Mitchell, maybe, but not for me, and certainly not for you.
Why, certainly not for me.
You have other things to think about.
Like what?
Ballyhoo.
Ballyhoo is ages away.
It's less than 2 weeks, and nobody's asked you.
I don't care.
I do.
Well, then get someone to ask you and leave me alone.
Call Sylvan Wild and Lake Charles. That's all I ask.
Mama.
Well, why not?
Girls don't ask boys to Ballyhoo.
I didn't say ask him. I said phone him. And after you've chatted for a while, you can inquire about his holiday plans casually.
I don't care what his plans are for the holidays.
Of course you do. You and he are good friends.
We're not good friends, we're acquaintances.
Acquaintances? What about that house party at Myrtle Beach? And he's certainly all you talked about when you got back from Edith Asher's wedding in Birmingham last month.
He's all you talked about. A Louisiana wow, a Louisiana wow. Finest family in the South. Wow, 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 wow.
There's nothing wrong with good bloodlines.
Maybe, if you're breeding Cocker Spaniel.
I'm sure he's a lovely boy.
It's not very romantic.
Well, let's face it, Clark Gable's probably not going to ask you to Ballyhoo.
But somebody else just might.
Who?
Ferdy Knockman.
Oh, Freddie Knockman's 4 years younger than you.
So what?
He'd be a laughing stock.
Says you.
Call Lake Charles.
I've got to get ready to go.
Where are you going?
To town.
To town? For what?
The premiere.
You don't have a ticket to the premiere.
I don't care. I'll get to see everything.
You mean you plan on going on down there and standing in the street?
Yes.
That's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of. Running off downtown by yourself in the dark.
You don't understand. I have to.
Have to?
Yes.
Why?
Well, I might as well go ahead and tell you the news.
What news?
I'm writing a novel.
Oh, my Lord.
It takes place in Atlanta in the Reconstruction period. And the title is Though Your Sins Be Scarlet. But promise you won't say a word to anybody until the publication date's set.
Publication day? How much of this novel have you written?
And I know exactly how it's going to end. I thought of the first sentence this afternoon. From where she stood atop the weathered buckboard wagon, Ropa Ragsdale could see the charred and twisted remains of her beloved plantation.
Ropa Ragsdale.
My heroine, short for Europa. I found it in a book of poems. Anyways, that's why I have to be at this premiere.
Exactly what is why?
Well, Mama, obviously my novel will be more than likely made to a movie. So I need to go and see what all the premiere is like.
Lala, for the life of me, I don't know why you waste your time on such foolishness when you could be doing something so much more constructive.
Like what?
Phone that wild boy in Lake Charles.
Mama!
Well, why not?
My novel's not foolishness.
Your novel does not exist, and the wild boy does. You didn't listen to me up at the University of Michigan, and look what happened. You got so humiliated.
That wasn't my fault.
The fault does not lie with Sigma Delta Tau. You didn't prepare for Rush Week.
Mama!
I told you to prepare some peppy and interesting topics for discussion, and of course you paid me no mind, and look what happened. You got rejected.
I was accepted in AE5.
Ha! 85? Nobody but the other kind belongs to 85. The whole world knows it.
I don't want
anymore.
You better. You keep on making the same mistakes over and over. Your place in society sits there waiting for you, and you do nothing about it.
Guess what, Mama? We're Jews. We have no place in society.
We most certainly do. Well, maybe not right up there at the tip top with the best of Christians, but we come mighty close. After all, your great-grandma Clemy's cousin was the first white child born in Atlanta.
God knows I've had that information drilled in my skull enough times.
Then why hasn't it sunk in? Why don't you use your connections and your birthright to make something of yourself instead of mooning over such nonsense as tree trimmings and movie premieres?
Only you can manage to bring Christmas along with the wind with a fell swoop.